Hi, I'm Gordie Dwyer, head coach of the Charlottetown Islanders. As an organization, we pride ourselves on providing our players the best opportunity, tools, and environment to help fully develop their potential. Skill development is critical to today's game. Most top CHL and NHL players have all spent time with special skills coaches. Marcin Snita has a significant amount of experience working closely with top NHL players and up-and-comers, including Daniel Sprong. We are very fortunate to have Marcin as a part of our team.
Guesting with us from Montreal and representing Move Hockey, Marcin Snita. And Martin, here on PEI this week, working with the Charlottetown Islanders, just giving us a little bit of a background off your background.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've been starting training when I was 17 years old as a developer and also a demonstrator for a hockey school in Toronto. Honed my skill there, traveled around Europe and watched several different tactics, development, practice sessions all over the world. And then been able to hone my own skill and kind of start developing my own way of creating drills, creating different situations, challenging the body and demanding the players to develop their own skills, both individually as on the ice and also their confidence off the ice and how they are. Just the way I am on the ice, it's always fun to be with me. So I've been doing that for 18 years now, 13 years in Toronto, and now I've moved to Montreal and started doing that 6 years ago.
Here in Charlottetown for a couple of days, and you've gone over a lot of what, in fact, you are capable of doing. What here in Charlottetown did you work on?
In Charlottetown, I was brought in to work mostly and predominantly on individual skills, which is if you're an individual skill developer, you're trying to break down, or what I try to do is break down the body into different sections and try to make them more flexible, whether it's on their ankles, on their knee, and their posture, make them quick twitch muscles work faster for them to respond to different situations and different plays on the ice. Mostly looking at the details meaning the edges, the agility, the speed, the balance, the posture, the movement, the separation, the lower body from the upper body, symmetrical, asymmetrical movements, and trying to combine all those elements together to produce ultimately the best hockey player you can be.
This game is a lot more technical than what it was 20 years ago.
Absolutely, tremendously differently. You can see it year by year. Guys are stepping in the leagues, all different types of league, whether it's a midget, junior A, junior B, Quebec Major Junior, CHL, and then AHL, and then NHL. Ultimately, the game has changed tremendously. It's getting faster, it's getting quicker. The puck is moving faster. Your reaction time has to be a lot more faster, and you're moving all the time. So you have to move with the times as well to make yourself better.
You've been in Charlottetown now for a couple of days. You see this is a very young hockey club that we've got in Charlottetown finishing up this season. With the experience of this ownership group and of the management team, you've got NHL experience at the management level with Grant Saunier, Gordie Dwyer as the team's head coach, having played in the National Hockey League. He's got an NHL resume as well. This is a pretty much a significant statement by this major junior team here in Charlottetown to bring in a guy like you.
Yes, I think it's very phenomenal. Charlottetown is actually the first team to ever approach me to come in and ask me to do some training with the team on their home turf. I've been doing it for so many years on my turf, and people coming to me, and it's, I think, phenomenal what they're trying to bring to the table now to get ahead of the game, to build and create a better opportunity for the hockey players, both on and off the ice, because my speech is totally different, let's say, than the coaches. So the players attain a little bit different levels of commitment, understanding, challenging from a different voice. I think it's great. I think it's the way hockey is going to be moving forward in the future. I think it's the right step for the Charlottetown Islanders. They're very young, good skill, excellent group of guys on the ice and off the ice, but just bringing that other aspect, I think it's putting Charlottetown in a new direction.
So now we're going to ask you what, in fact, you did work individually with this roster yesterday on the ice. We're going to give you some time to to break down, in fact, what you worked on for these young players here?
Well, first and foremost, I told them in a little speech that I had with them that I'm not here to change the game, their game specifically. I'm here just to challenge them and give them a little bit more understanding of what the body can do or cannot do. So we started off with a very simple, easy warm-up flow drill, no biggie, you know, having a little bit of fun so they get accustomed to me, how I am on the ice. Then I start breaking down the body a little bit more, where I start from the bottom up and then eventually connecting it together. So we started pretty much with the edges first, the ankle, working on the inside-outside edge, the flexibility, the movement of the skate, both up and down, cutting, as well as in and out. So we started with that, with a little bit outside, a little bit of inside edges, backwards to forwards. Then we moved our way up a little bit more into the hip area, where I try to work a little bit more flexibility on stretching them out, so they start using a little bit more of their upper leg, connecting with their lower leg to work on the cuts, on the turns, on opening the hips, and movement throughout the ice when they proceed into skating. After that, we went into a little bit more mobility work, which means not necessarily speed, but more smoothness from using the inside-outside edges, different turns, different cuts, going backwards to forwards, using the upper body as well to work on direction of the stick, the movement of the stick. You want to always be ahead of the feet, but we're more focused on the mobility aspect, the smoothness, using the edges that we worked prior to that into more of a skating basis for hockey players. After that, I introduced the puck. Continued with the mobility and asked the players to work a little bit more with the puck, but doing the same kind of drills. So it wasn't a stick handling drill, it wasn't a mobility drill, it was a little bit of combination, which some of the players took it at a very good stride, and they did an excellent job because they're now pretty used to it, doing drills like that. Then once we finished with that, we entered a little bit more stick handling, where we worked on quick twitch upper hand muscles, where I was forcing the players to move the puck not only in a quick motion, but also in a rolling motion, also with pulling motion side to side. Also, I would like to see from them that they move the puck up and down. A lot of the players nowadays, they tend to be able to work with the puck side to side. But when you want to go into elite level hockey skills, I also ask of them to move the puck up and down as well, as much as possible when you do one-on-ones or any kind of acceleration out of the corners where you show the puck and you take it away to make a move. So we proceeded to do a little bit more of that. Challenge the players both with flipping the puck up the stick, doing 360s while the body's going in a different way. We call that symmetrical and asymmetrical movement. Body goes one way, puck goes another way, while you continue on the path that you have to lead. After that, we just went into stimulating just the upper wrist, which I asked the players to really focus on the top hand, where you would do drills a lot to burn the muscles as much as possible without stopping. The key of the element of these type of drills is that you have such small fibers, such small muscles and ligaments in your wrist. As soon as you stop doing a drill halfway through, you lose all the pressure, so you don't build the muscle and the flexibility in the wrist. So I asked for the players to show me that and try to continue as much as possible throughout the drill without stopping, so you do train those muscles in that area. After that, it's been about 45-50 minutes so far, so we went into acceleration, where I asked the players to just give me everything you got, and that I put them through a drill which was quick feet acceleration, changing direction, going backwards to forwards, using their ankles, using their toes, using their calves to release, also using the upper leg to show me reach. Not only you want to release the ankle, release the power from the skate and from the ice, you also want to reach. The more you can reach ahead, the more you're going to grab the ice, the more you're going to go faster ahead. So I asked them to that, but also it was a long drill, so we worked a little bit on cardio as well. So by the time they finished that drill, they were huffing and puffing. So that concluded pretty much the skills portion of the practice. And then I was able to have a little bit extra time where I had a little bit of fun with them. We played a little mini scrimmage. You know, I told the guys we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to play scrimmage, and they're happy. But until I told them that everything you had to do had to be backwards, then it became a little bit of a challenge. So we played 3-on-3, but everything had to be done backwards, where it almost seems funny in a certain way, but they had trouble understanding that you just have to skate backwards, right? So that was great to see. The next step forwards that we continued was going forwards, and again, scrimmage, but unfortunately I told them they can't skate, they can only glide. So again, little games like that create a little bit of a challenge for the body and also a challenge for the mind, where they have to understand, challenge, maneuver the body in different ways to attain a goal or a pass or any type of move along the ice. So overall, I mean, I'm extremely proud of the Islanders and the guys that participated. They had an open mind towards it, smiling all the time, enjoying themselves, pushing them at the same time, but not stressing themselves that they cannot do it, right? And that's what my job is, to get them out of their comfort zone, get them into a different element, different mind frame where they can challenge themselves, but also be confident about it.
With the addition of Marcin's expertise, coupled with their training and medical staff, this makes the Charlottetown Islanders a top destination for talent in the CHL.